Hey guys, this is William Marsh for the Sim Racing Panic, and I just want to take a little time with you guys to talk about Assetto Corsa, namely their impending release to the console market and what that's going to mean for the sim racing community as a whole. Also, I wanted to share a couple thoughts on what will be positive and what will be negative for the console release. Just be aware this is my opinion. It might differ from yours, and that's fine. I just want to share my thoughts with the community and see what you guys thought. So first off, I just wanted to talk about what Assetto Corsa coming out on the console market means to the community. And I believe that if the title is done properly, it will serve as this generation's gateway title to the PC racing world. Now, with the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, I would say that it was easily the Gran Turismo and Forza Motorsport titles that really helped the sim racing community transition over to the PC world. And with that, I will say that with this next generation, there has not really been that definitive title that helped the community transition. The closest I would say would be Project Cars, and that left many with a sour taste in their mouth and really didn't see many transitioning over because of that title. But now we are seeing Assetto Corsa being developed, and with that, I would say there is a greater potential that drivers will transition over to PC because of this title than because of Project Cars. Next up, I just wanted to share my thoughts on what could be 3 things that could make Assetto Corsa a success on the consoles, and 3 things that Assetto Corsa will need to be improved on, or else it could break the title on the console market. The big thing is that Assetto Corsa on consoles needs to be different than Assetto Corsa on the PC. Assetto Corsa needs a comprehensive user interface that really can be serviced with a gamepad or a wheel, because as of right now, you really need a keyboard or a mouse to be able to utilize the system as it's meant to be. But without further ado, let's talk about these 6 points. First off, I'm just going to talk about what I think Assetto Corsa already has going for it. And the first thing for that is it has a wide variety of vehicles that the community really enjoys. For example, with the Japanese content just released, including the Miata, the Skylines, and they already have had the GTR, that will really suit the community that likes drifting, that could translate over well from Gran Turismo. And then they have all the classic race cars that are pretty faithfully recreated and would be able to serve as a challenge, and they might be able to pull that crowd that likes the classic race cars, as well as the people that just enjoy racing in general, with the GT3 series, with the classic Formula 1s, and even the GT2 GTE series. The next thing that Assetto Corsa really has going for it are the tracks. There is a very wide variety, and the majority of them are laser scanned. That is a huge benefit for the community, where with Forza Motorsport 6, there are a handful of laser scan circuits, and I believe there are only 2 or 3 laser scanned with Project Cars. That will expose console racers to the level of fidelity that a PC racing title can provide, and say if they enjoy that level of accuracy and they want more, that could bring them to titles such as iRacing, or even with Race Room, with their starting to venture into the laser scan circuit market. The next thing that I believe will be a strong benefit for Assetto Corsa is that it's going to hit the ground running in terms of community. With Gran Turismo, they have had an established community for the past decade at least with GT Planet, so newcomers to the series can check out that site and be able to get acquainted with it, find out which cars people enjoy, what series there are, and even what leagues there are to race in. And Assetto Corsa will also have that in the form of the Assetto Corsa forums, as well as race department and other communities. So they will be able to get acquainted with the title and maybe make some friends on the way. Now, I wanted to share my thoughts on 3 things that need to be improved for Assetto Corsa, or else it will fail. First off, it needs to be optimized for controllers and for wheels. Even though there is comprehensive wheel and controller support right now for the driving, there is no support whatsoever right now for the menus and the user interface. So with that being said, there needs to be menus that can be navigated effectively with the controller. While Project Cars did have a menu that is serviceable by a joystick or a wheel, it definitely is less than ideal with those. So that is definitely a lesson that Kunos and 505 Games needs to learn, or else it will definitely struggle. Secondly, I will also say the title needs an improved career mode. Console racers want a system that promotes progression and also promotes choice. With the current career mode in the state it's in, it will not keep racers satisfied. It will make the drivers bored and just disinterested. While that's been fixed in the PC versions with some mods that have some racing series, that definitely will not cut it for the community in the console realm. It needs a comprehensive career mode that is admittedly similar to Forza Motorsport, Gran Turismo, and even Project Cars, that allows you to choose where you want to go and maybe even choose the car you want, as opposed to having a car handed to you and say, hey, do this. Thirdly, I will say that one thing that should at least be considered for Assetto Corsa is mods for consoles. We've recently seen this with Fallout 4 for consoles, and it definitely was grabbed onto and it hit the ground running. There were thousands of mods even in the first day for the Xbox version, and I don't know fully about the PlayStation 4 version, but that definitely would breathe new life into a game and also have the longevity. And then that could even promote more content for the PC version, as console modders would have that carryover to PC. So I don't know if that's going to be something exclusive to Bethesda and their titles, but if it is something that is capable for the consoles, I would highly recommend that 505 Games and Kunos look into it. So these are just some of my thoughts on Assetto Corsa coming to console, and I am really hoping that it is a solid title when it is released for consoles, and hopefully it'll bring more members to our community. So what are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments, and be sure to check out simracingpaddock.com for the latest going on in sim racing. I'm William Marsh, and you have a great day.